Hey everyone, good to be back with you. I just want to take a moment to talk about something that happened yesterday that I think may be significant. Yesterday, which was the 21st of November, um, Donald Trump had scheduled a meeting with members of the media at his Trump Towers in New York. Now, it appears that a lot of those members of the media believed that what was going to happen was that Donald Trump was going to call them in to discuss with them uh, something about his relationship with the media going forward and how he would interact with them, maybe policies or protocols and things like that. Instead, what he did was he got them into a boardroom, about 40 of them. And these are people like Jeff Zucker from CNN, a lot of the top talking heads from MSNBC, CNN, and other corporate media outlets. He brings them into the conference room, locks the door, and then proceeds to dress them down, to verbally tongue lash them, including calling them liars, calling out people personally, telling them how dishonest they were and how bad they were as journalists and media organizations. Needless to say, this shocked them pretty much. And there was someone who was in that meeting who says that Donald Trump basically, that it was like a, quote, fucking firing line, unquote. So obviously, this is something that I think we should look at as possibly a signal. But he did something else. He did a second thing. After having this meeting, so-called meeting, he then goes and uploads a video onto YouTube outlining some things that he's going to do on his first day in office. So when you look at these two actions that he took yesterday, and I might be jumping the gun here, but I think he's kind of sending a signal. And what I'm getting from this is I think the signal he is sending is that it may be his intention throughout his presidency just to completely sideline the corporate media and to take his message directly to the people using social media such as Twitter and Instagram, which are his two favorites, and YouTube. So this could be very significant. And if this is what we're looking at, then it's going to be a very exciting 4 years, needless to say, and quite entertaining as well. And it just seems like that we're witnessing, I think, something here that's extraordinary, because we have a couple things happening all at once. You know, we have Donald Trump, the first private citizen who never served in any political office or ever served in the military, becomes president of the United States. And we also have this point in history where we have the rise of social media. So it is possible that with the ability for Donald Trump to communicate directly to people through social media, he really doesn't need the corporate media. And we all know how he feels about them. It's not just what he said in that meeting yesterday. He's been saying this, calling these people out during his rallies all throughout the campaign. So I think there's some really bad blood. And I did a video maybe like a week ago, where I suggested, just in humor, I was actually being humorous, satirical. I suggested that what he should do is pull the press credentials of all the corporate media and instead give those press credentials to, you know, Alex Jones or InfoWars or Rebel Media or something like that, you know, independent media organizations that are primarily on the internet. And it's this could be very significant, because you have to remember how important it is to the corporate media to get access. And it appears, if I'm reading this correctly, that Donald Trump is not interested in an interaction with the corporate media or giving them special access. Now, I'm not suggesting he is going to give press credentials to InfoWars, although he might, and restrict CNN and those people like that. I just think that largely they'll be ignored when they're in these press briefings. I just think that his press secretary just simply will not call on them. You know, they'll call on somebody else from the independent media. And this is very significant because you have to remember that we're now living in an age in the communications world where these media organizations, they pay these talking heads millions and millions and millions of dollars. They're in these studios in these big cities with all this equipment and all these people on staff. These are many, many millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars, probably hundreds of millions of dollars, as well as the millions and millions of dollars that they pay these talking heads. So there's a lot of money that's invested into these corporate media entities just to do what they do. And now they face a situation where we have individuals sitting at their desk with a laptop computer and a webcam, literally competing with them, and in some cases getting more viewership than they get. You look at CNN and MSNBC's ratings, and then you look at someone like an InfoWars, and look at the amount of views that they get on their YouTube videos compared to a CNN or MSNBC. And a lot of people these days don't even own a TV. I pitched mine in the dumpster in 2003. So we're entering into a completely different paradigm in the world of media. And it's happening just at a time when we get this really unconventional candidate that wins the presidency, who happens to hate the media and has a bad relationship with them. So I just think that what we're seeing, and I think what Donald Trump did yesterday was significant. I mean, he doesn't strike me as a person who he just accidentally stumbles onto things. I think he's a very calculating person. I think he did exactly what he had planned to do yesterday by having that meeting, dressing down the media, then basically ignoring them, walking out of the meeting, leaving them sitting there, and then going and shooting a YouTube video. I think he was sending a very clear signal as to what they can expect for the next 4 years. And it's going to be one hell of a ride, folks. So hold on to your seats. We're going to really enjoy this. So anyway, that's basically what I wanted to comment for today. So if you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll look forward to seeing you and talking to you again. Take care. Bye.